Okay? See, the world is unique, alright? Each and every single person that lives has a unique purpose in existence. Some people are living, some people are just there, existing. And there's a great difference between living and existing. See, in my mind, I think and I see the world as a playground. And we are the bullies of this world. We bully ourselves into thinking a certain way, behaving a certain way, acting a certain way.
When you say certain way, certain way, certain way.
Limitation, limitation, limitation. Limitation of what? Our souls.
Certain way, is that good or bad? Is it someone thinks a certain way? Because not everybody's going to think the same. We're all going to have different opinions. So
what I'm saying is, it's fine if we have different opinions. That's good. But we're conditioned to think a certain way, behave a certain way. Like when we look at a magazine, we're told subconsciously to look like that figure on the magazine, that person on the magazine. Or
TV.
Oh yeah, media in general. So like when we see a person with like a built figure, a muscular figure, we're subconsciously told to look like that person. You wanna know something? That actually destroys self-esteem for some people. Okay, when some people don't look like the figures in these pages, in these magazines, in these screens, or whatever it is, television included, right? If they don't look like them, they feel bad about themselves.
The forcing of that through so many visuals can destroy the self-esteem silently of someone. Of a little, for example, a little black girl playing with a white doll.
Right.
White dolls. Where's the identity? Meaning, where's the brown doll?
Yes.
For her.
Right.
Right? Little Asian girl playing with a doll, white doll. Where's the Asian doll? Asian features. Where can you see a doll that looks like you? You know what I'm saying? Something that looks like you. It's kind of adjacent to people's identity of God, different cultures. Meaning, cultures form and fashion the look, the representation of their God from the way they look.
Right.
So they can have something to identify with.
Right.
That's not bad, because that's like saying God is just one color. When there's so many people on the planet and so many different colors, how can God be just one color?
See, the problem with many of us is most of us limit who God is or what God is. A lot of people, I'm not including myself, and I'm not including you in this, and I'm not including every single other person on this world. What I'm saying is, a lot of people limit who God is. They limit him to a gender. They give God a gender. Do you know that?
That goes, if they give God a gender, then then we shouldn't have it. God is genderless.
Yes.
So if God is genderless, that means in actuality, gender does not exist.
Right.
Meaning we are not genders, we are just aspects of creation. Like
Correct.
Things that have to be,
yes,
need to be.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is, just as they give classifications to certain objects and certain things.
Labels, yeah.
Labels, yes. Yeah.
Things that basically make up the greater whole, they have classified them too much.
Yes, and this has slowly destroyed the original true concept of what reality and like the concept of who we really are. Okay? Like the importance of not just who we are, and what our creator is, the supreme being. Because we all have God in us,
Yeah.
We all have creator in us.
Our God in us is who we are. And
Yeah.
that's the soul. That's the inner soul. That's the the base of who we are. That is us being ourselves.
Mm.
And when you be yourself, you're being God. In that essence, being what the Creator made you to be.
I heard a saying that said, all of us are one, just experiencing a different life. You and I are the same, but going through life a different way.
Oh yeah, I believe that. We're all spirits. And that's what we have. That's the only thing that there is to have in common, is that we're spirits, we're spiritual beings, and we're just in a physical body.
Right. Yeah, that's the only thing we have in common. But what else do we have in common?
What else?
We have lives. We are there to help who? When we help you, or when we help
Each other?
them, each other, yes. When we help each other, we're helping ourselves. Because how we treat other people is a reflection like that mirror. Okay?
Yeah, treat others the way you want to be treated. Universal principles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do we have these concepts? Why do we have these philosophies, ideologies? Why are we, we have them for a great reason, okay? What I'm saying is, a lot of the things that are universal, these universal concepts, are often ignored in today's society.
Mm-hmm.
And, the way I see it is, we can change all this.
How can we change it?
How can we change it? Easy. It starts from changing our mindset. Okay, first step of any problem is realizing and accepting that there is a problem. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The problem with most of today's society is they're too comfortable. They're accepting what they see. When they know there's many things wrong about the world around us. Well, why is there racial discriminations in today's society?
Well, because a certain group of people just don't like another certain group of people as much as they like another group of people.
Yes. So, my thing is, why?
Why? Because they're filled with anger, they're filled with hate, they're filled with envy, they're filled with jealousy, all things that will cause low vibrations to bring the soul and spirit down and not even further away from enlightenment and awakenment of peace and prosperity and of kindness. Things of that nature. When you envy someone and you don't like people for what they have and what they have done in the world, civilizations, going back to history, then there's a lot of things that can input why you won't like someone. See, there's forces of nature.
Right, continue.
Yeah, there's forces of nature that exist to assist us.
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have a certain vibration, whether it be a high vibration or a low vibration, meaning bad vibration,
Mm-hmm.
of thoughts, thinking, there are forces of nature, spirits, spiritual energies, angels, Neteru, spiritual forces of nature that exist to assist us, and those forces can be good or bad.
Right.
It's kind of like that whole thing they used to show with the angel on one side of the shoulder and the devil on the other side.
It's interesting that you bring that up. It's really interesting. Why do you think that they bring this up?
Yeah.
Because it was passed down from generations.
Yeah, and it's universal basically. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Listen to this voice. No, listen to this side of the shoulder. Listen to the angel. No, listen to the devil. Listen to this side.
Right.
You know, you got these voices in your head. It's
Mm-hmm.
like what telling you what to do. You know, and that's all about assisting you. So it's like if you want to do evil, there will be evil forces, evil aspects that will assist you. You want to do good. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring
There's
light.
good too.
Bring light, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Spread light, peace and light. There are forces of nature for that too.
Right. So, the two figures that are in our shoulders, it's
It's like we used to get down cartoons.
You know, here's the funny thing, okay? A lot of people don't realize what they see on TV is a symbolic representation of what's really going on.
Mm-hmm.
So having those two figures in our shoulders is a symbolic representation of
Mhm.
spirits battling in within us.
Mhm.
And a great battle that's within us, who we are.
Yeah, the battle itself, finding
Yeah,
itself.
the greatest enemy is who?
Us inside,
Us.
your greatest ally.
Us.
Who you are.
So like it's interesting that you bring that up because you know in TV we actually see that and we just
Yeah.
think it's there for comedy purposes.
Yeah, right. But it's real if you
Real, yeah.
look at it on a philosophical terms aspect. If you look at it,
Right.
it's real. Wow. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. So, you know, I think that the beauty of all this is, you know, our answers
Are inside.
are inside.
Everything begins within.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when you look at a DNA, right? You see how we have all these DNA fingerprints or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can see, absorb, you know, to our eyes, they're just there. But they hold so much data, information about who we are that we don't even realize. You know? Like, I think, you know, what would be important is, you know, like, if everyone, you know, if everyone was taught at a young age, at an early age, to appreciate oneself and appreciate not only who they are, but where they came from, like actually study, because a lot of people don't know who they are. They have this identity crisis. They don't know who they are or where they came from. And what I'm saying is, if a lot of people are taught to explore the beauty of who they are, then they won't face these problems that we face in today's society. They don't have to they don't have to worry about a person that's in a magazine cover, you know, looking a certain way. They don't have to wear makeup because makeup, in essence, is garbage or chemicals you're just sprouting onto your face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can eliminate so much problems in this world by teaching the youth to appreciate themselves and appreciate where they came from and explore, you know, like a new horizon, which ultimately becomes the ultimate horizon.
The only horizon.
Yeah.
See, we would have to teach that though.
Yes.
That would have to be common in society.
Right.
To know true history, not tampered history, not tainted history, not hidden history.
Mm-hmm.
We need to know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything of back then. Because if you don't know your past, how can you know your future? Or how can you even understand the present to dictate your future?
Right.
And the present, they call it present because it's a gift.
Yes.
The gift of the present.
Gift of life.
Gift of life.
Yeah.
Now, we're living in the now. You're not living then. You're not living in the future. Now only exists. Now creates the past and the future. Therefore, the past and the future cannot exist.
The opportunity of a lifetime is the lifetime. The now
It
moment.
is now.
Right. And a lot of people, you know, what do they do? Like, a lot of people, what do they do with the now moment? They forget the now moment is now.
They take it for granted.
Yes.
You know, they don't take advantage of it.
Yeah, and...
You know, a lot of people don't know that. You know?
Right.
A lot of people, if you don't know that, then you can't even take advantage of it. You can't even control it.
Because they don't take advantage of this now moment, they get taken advantage of.
That goes to what you were saying about the remote control.
Right.
You're like a TV. Instead, well, you control the remote of you control the remote of your life.
Yes.
Basically, you change the channels of your life. You turn the volume up. You turn the volume down of your life.
Yes.
And if you put that remote in someone else's hands,
You're not in control anymore.
irresponsibly, by not being in control, not knowing, having knowledge
Yes.
of how you can be in control,
Mm-hmm.
then you already lost. You failed already.
lost.
You can be taken advantage of in a good way. Someone can help you. Or man, you get that nightmare, somebody can really do you wrong.
Yeah.